Hello.
Hey,
We got
just two.
2 weeks of football left. Maybe
Mm,
we'll do, I don't know, we got to figure out something to do next week when there's no games. I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about.
yes,
We've got,
more coach firings, perhaps.
had a couple hirings. I think maybe a firing or two since we last talked.
A lot of
So
serious stuff happening.
2 games, we can talk about some of that
Mm,
stuff. Okay, so last week, my friend Josh picked all the games.
I did.
We got the
None of them
Bills
right.
wrong. That could have gone either way. The Niners wrong. I mean, the last thing the Niners needed to be competitive was an opening kick for a touchdown for the Seahawks. Like, man, I'd have to look up, do some research, but I have to believe the 49ers injuries, total weeks missed by their top, let's say like 8 overall players has got to be about as much as any team ever.
Crazy.
It's just crazy how, like, literally pretty much every. Well, I don't know if McCaffrey missed much time, but
Did you hear, did you hear about that article that some I don't know who wrote it about there's an electronic substation near the 49ers practice facility? Did you read this?
mm-mm.
So supposedly, some local sports writer wrote that the 49ers have had an abnormal amount of soft tissue, like ACL, like injuries compared to the rest of the league. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know the numbers. I probably should. And what this article speculates is that out of all the teams in the NFL, their practice facility is like literally next door to a big electric like substation, and that the radiation or whatever that's generated for that substation might actually be impacting their bodies and might actually be contributing to the degeneration of the cartilage and stuff around their joints and whatnot. That somebody actually wrote that. That is an article you can find online by a legitimate news source.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but obviously it would take some time to probably prove that.
Yeah.
And you wonder if the Niners will just say we're not even gonna mess with it. We're just gonna move next
Right.
year.
But their whole like practice facilities aren't nothing. Like those are
Yeah, that's true.
big. They're like millions of dollars worth of. And there's fields and there's facilities and there's I don't fucking know all kinds of shit. I would imagine, right? Probably easier to just to blow up the substation.
That's true. And get all the radiation really
Yeah,
fired.
just really. All right. So you build a wall or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never
Anyway,
blown one up before.
me neither, or even planned it. But so that's a fascinating little tidbit about the Niners.
Yeah. So I mean, they had a bad break early,
Yeah.
giving up that touchdown, and then you have to kind of play a perfect game on the road at Seattle. Seattle was probably one
Defense.
of the healthiest teams,
Yeah.
and
No substations.
yeah, no substations, questionably, like arguably the best defense in football, and then the whole Darnold oblique thing wasn't really a thing, which is interesting because the way they were reporting it, it almost seemed like he was hurting more than like he gets hurt in practice, right? Like, how do you get hurt? How do you pull your oblique in practice? But it must have been pretty minor, and then they just kind of were just being super cautious about it.
They look pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So you had the Texans as well.
Like,
I mean, Nico Collins doesn't play, right?
but he just looked bad. CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
He
I
just
mean,
looked.
they against a good defense without skill players, like, Nico Collins is clearly their best receiver. It's not even close. So without him,
Is
offensive
Tank Dell
line,
still a person that's on that team? Like
yeah. So he was trying really hard to make a push to be ready last
Yeah.
week, but he just wasn't quite ready. I don't know.
He was injured last year too.
Yeah, I think he maybe ACL or Achilles. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a bad one. I mean, he missed the whole year, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, next year if the Texans, I can't imagine their defense is going to get a lot worse
No.
with Ryan's like.
No, he seems to know what he's doing.
And then if Dell comes back, Collins stays healthy. Who knows who else is free agents. If they can add a body or two to their offensive line, I mean, they got to be one of the top, 4 to 6 teams to win it all, I would think. I mean, their defense is just like, yeah, if Stroud doesn't turn it over, they're absolutely in that game. He had what?
Yeah.
At least 4 turnovers.
It was 5, wasn't it?
four in the first half. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, fumbles, interceptions. It's like the commentary around the league has really been like, is he like, was his first season a kind of a mirage? And I just like, I mean, the guy's got 3 playoff victories. He's won a playoff game in each of his first 3 seasons. So I mean, I don't know, dude. That just seems like kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But he also hasn't looked good. So
I think his style is more like, even when he's throwing interceptions, then he'll have a drive where he like threads one and it's like it goes for a touchdown on one play. So it almost seems like a mentality, like our defense is good, like we're gonna have you push it down the field. If you throw a pick or two, that's fine. But when you start getting up against teams that are well rounded and you're missing some players, like I think you gotta switch it up for a game. But I mean, he threw three picks in like within 7 pass attempts.
Yeah.
2 of them were tipped balls, right? So like, okay, like the receiver should have had both of those, in my opinion. So I don't know. It's probably a little bit of him not being as good as he showed in his rookie season, but also a little bit of luck and injuries and whatnot.
But like, if you had to pick, like right now, you'd say, yeah, Texans are probably still a playoff team next year, right? Like,
yeah, for sure. I expect you know how I like to talk about this. I expect the Jaguars to regress a little bit.
yeah.
The Titans are expected to hire Saleh.
They did hire Saleh.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's done?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Done.
boom, Saleh, and then they got some guy in Miami. Miami hired a guy too. Stefanski is in Atlanta, and that ticked off some Baker Mayfield animosity. Yeah. Baker just throwing shit in his face. I love Baker. I hope he wins, but
for sure. It seems weird to me because like, no, I know very little about NFL players in their personal lives or anything like that, but it seems like Stefanski and Baker would be guys that got along, but I guess the way it ended, it just kind of, you know.
They kicked him out of Cleveland.
Yeah.
They kicked him out of Cleveland.
And Baker made it seem like Stefanski, it was like, not maybe solely his decision, but like he was all for it.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Interesting. So who else? So that's the Titans, and then the Colts. I don't know, like
they didn't fire Steichen.
No, I'm just saying going through that division.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, is going to miss half the year? Maybe
something. They feel like they want to commit to him though, and I don't know, man. Like I
mean, he's still young enough, and like they were what were they, like 8-2?
They were 7-1. Did they get to 8-2? I don't remember. Maybe they did. Maybe they got to 8-2, and then they lost like every game after that.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like that's a tough one. Like you almost have to bring them back, but they were just getting. We talked about this. They were just getting to the tough part of their schedule where it was going to be like, okay, now
good teams,
can they beat good teams? And that was right when he got hurt, and they played close games, and you just don't really know if he would have had that kind of it factor where he could beat a couple good teams, maybe get a home game in the playoffs. So
yeah.
I don't know. This sounds maybe stupid, but you almost kind of, if there was going to be an injury, you almost hoped that it was a little bit later, so that you knew more. But I don't know.
It was weird too with that injury because he had started to play not as good, and that injury news didn't come out till I feel like weeks after that, you know, and it was like, oh yeah, he's dealing with like a broken leg.
Oh yeah, there was the broken bone, and then the
fibula,
Achilles was what
after. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he was playing on a broken leg, and it's like, maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't know. But then, did you hear this too? So speaking of Bo Nix, I saw something on TikTok that said they're maybe considering just drugging him up.
Oh, really?
Seeing if he can just go.
Well, with how much confidence Peyton showed in Stidham, he said, "Overlook this guy, and you're gonna find out." I'm like, okay.
All right, man.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's an interesting situation. So Peyton says, you know, this guy can start on a handful of teams right now, and he's like, you know,
a handful of shitty teams.
Basically, go ahead and overlook him, and you know, you're gonna see that he's better than you think he is, basically. So
Great.
I don't know. The only thing they have, well, a couple things. They're still at home, and Stidham hasn't thrown a pass in like 3 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess if you're the Patriots, you prefer preparing for Stidham than Bo Nix, but at the same time, it's hard. It's harder because obviously their skill sets are different. So there's definitely going to be some like what do we actually expect out of this guy? I saw the Broncos signed Brandon Johnson to their practice squad. He was like Stidham had a very good rapport with him like
Okay.
when he did get some playing time like
Okay.
years ago. It'll be interesting to see if they activate him, but I mean, you know,
Nick Foles 2.0.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, Carson Wentz was really good on that team before he got injured. Like he led them to like 13 victories, and then he sucked forever after that.
Yeah.
It's just some interesting parallels between those two
Wait, on which team?
situations. That was the Eagles. The Eagles in
Oh, yeah,
2017, he got injured.
Oh, right. You went to Foles to the Eagles. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Broncos? Wait, Wentz played?
Well,
for
no,
the
right,
Broncos?
yeah, no, sorry, yeah. Because when Wentz was on the Eagles, they had an electric season. They were like 13-1 or 2, and then he gets injured, and then Foles leads them to the Super Bowl through all the playoffs. And so, this is not all of the playoffs, but certainly the most critical games.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, he tweeted about it, and Foles had kind of a funny comment about like the Patriots overlooking another backup quarterback. I was like,
Everybody told him to sit the fuck down.
right, which is kind of funny.
It is.
Okay, so you got the Bears right. You picked Maybe we should just pick our own team every time.
Maybe.
And we'll go like 50% anyway, right?
What a fucking game, dude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, could have gone either way, absolutely. Like, if that guy keeps his route going towards the sideline and catches that ball, like, they just kick a field goal, right?
So did you watch that? Have you rewatched that clip or that play, that interception at all? Do you feel, because that's certainly the noise right now. Was not like the shadow commentary is like, oh, that wasn't on Caleb. That was like totally DJ, like completely underselling that route and giving up. Like, what were your thoughts on that?
So, I think it was a little bit of both. Like, it was second down, right?
Yeah, it wasn't critical. Like, it wasn't a critical down. It wasn't like fourth down.
If you're not 100% sure your guy's going to continue going for it on that, maybe don't throw that ball. But at the same time, yeah, like if you're more, you can't. I'd have to watch it again because it's been a while, but like he just kind of slowed down, right? And just
so and Chase Daniel. I watch him. He does YouTube and TikTok and whatever, but he does my uneducated opinion feels like Chase Daniel does a really nice job of breaking down quarterback play. He plots out all the plays and he goes down like step by step. But so anyway, yeah, he slowed it down, and you could see that like as DJ's nearing that arc, and one of the other criticisms is that arc was not sharp enough. It should have been like he should have cut a little sharper towards the sideline. So he does sort of, as he's cresting that arc, he does look like he's kind of just slowing a bit. But then and then you can see though, because then he does see that the ball has been thrown, and then you can see him speed up. So I do buy that. But the other thing is I'm looking at there appeared, I think there was a tight end off to the side who's completely open, and had he hit him, I mean, again, to your point, it wasn't fourth down. There was another play. I just was so fucking disappointed because they were going to win that goddamn game, right? Yeah. They were going to win that fucking game.
I mean, I'm trying to remember. They were at their own maybe 35 when he threw it. But
they were not on the right side of the 50.
They had gotten a first down or two.
They were moving the ball. Like, they were being very methodical, right? They were being and then they just, fuck. And that's like the third time he did that this season, right? Where the game on the line and he threw a pick. Which he did not throw a lot of picks, right? That has been one of the things that people have continued to point out. He took way less sacks this year, and his interceptions are down. And he's been historically good for a new quarterback in terms of the rate of interceptions to passes. But, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. That would have been a tough one to take if I was a Bears fan, for sure.
Anyway, they looked competitive in that game, which I didn't think that. Like, my thought going in is that they were going to be down by like 40 at halftime, and that just they looked.
Yeah, it wasn't the Rams get ahead by a couple scores and the Bears come back and keep it close and maybe win it. It was just basically close the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, he threw a pick the first possession
He did.
too, which turned
Yep.
into 7.
Yep.
And then what was the final score? That
It
was
was
like
20-17.
okay.
He's been like he had 2 picks in the Packers game too, so he threw some picks in the postseason. I think he only had 7 on the season, regular season, and then he had 4 in the playoffs.
Yeah. So I saw a meme, Jordan Love playoffs, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Caleb Williams playoffs, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't compare. It's obviously not apples to apples. It's 1 game versus 3 games. You're playing against tougher competition, but obviously, Packers fans love to razz Bears fans and vice versa. So
I know, but that fucking throw on 4th and 5.
Oh yeah.
I thought the game was over right there. The minute he started backpedaling, I was like, toss him my remote.
It's like the only thing I can think is the D-back was like, he's way the hell back there.
Yes,
like,
there's no
way he can
Yep.
get it this far.
Yep.
And also, I don't think it was a penalty or anything, but Komet just very gently
he had a little bit of
pushed him.
Yeah.
And he just threw his balance off, and then he was wide open. But yeah, that was nuts.
Just backpedaling like 30 yards. It was the line of scrimmage was at the 14. Then he threw that ball at like the 45.
Which, here's one thing that I never understand, and I'll give Williams a lot of credit, is, so that was 4th down, right?
Yeah.
So
5, yeah.
when it's 4th down and the game is literally like over if you don't complete the pass, why do quarterbacks kind of like hang in the pocket too long, or they're like scrambling to the side and they can at least get the ball off, and they literally take the sack?
Yeah.
Right? Like, throw the ball 40 yards in the air, try to land it basically 2 yards into the end zone, right? Like, yeah, I get it. You're probably not going to complete it, but if you fall down with the ball, you're down.
You're
and
done.
then the other team gets the ball. It's like, where are we at here? Whatever.
I don't know. It was who was doing that and threw just a really nasty pick. That was Allen, I think, in the Bills game. It was just a similar situation, and it just was. You could tell it was going to get picked, right? Maybe it wasn't Allen. Maybe it was in the previous. Anyway, yeah. It's just ball security matters.
And then, the Bills catch that wasn't a catch, whatever. Just looking back, because Nix breaks his ankle, I mean, come on. The Broncos have no business winning the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they can't. They got to win 2 games. They have a great defense.
Yeah.
They can run the ball. So, like, I get it. It could happen. Trent Dilfer 1-1. But looking back, it's like, come on. Like, can we just do Bills Patriots instead now? Or?
Yeah, right. After they fired the coach.
Yeah.
Which I saw something this morning again on TikTok that said like the decision to fire McDermott was made weeks ago after a meeting in which McDermott left with the GM and the owner, where McDermott had criticized the roster and said it's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. The talent on the roster.
So then he knew he was gone if he lost too.
Well, I don't know whether it was communicated to him or not, but that the decision was made at least by leadership coming out of that meeting 5-6 weeks ago.
I'd be super curious on who makes the decisions on who they draft, because sometimes coaches have a lot of say and sometimes they don't. And their defense has been the problem, right? And he's a defensive guy.
Yes, but you didn't see the press conference yesterday? Okay, so that exactly happened in the press conference. So the fucking owner and the GM, who did not get fired and got promoted, are at the table talking about the firing, and one of the reporters asked the GM, he's like, hey, so, Keon Coleman, he's, I guess, their wide receiver they drafted that's not very good. He's like, so what's the situation there? And blah, blah. And then the owner jumps in before the GM can even answer. The owner jumps in. He's like, let me answer that. Sean McVay wanted to draft him. McDermott. Sean McDermott wanted to draft him. We didn't want to. He wanted to draft him. It's all on him. That's not verbatim what he said, but he did jump in and he started to criticize the coach and said it was the coach's decision to draft that guy, and we didn't want to. It was the most bizarre thing. And that dude is still on the fucking team.
Exactly.
That wide receiver's
Well,
on the team.
he is
Well, okay.
technically.
Well, technically now. It was the dumbest thing. It was the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That probably says all you need to know about whether it's more the owner or the coach, but who knows? McDermott, what's the talk? Is he going to get another job, or what do you think?
So I haven't heard anything. Like I like just in terms again what you see on social media, anything. There hasn't been anything. I haven't even heard sometimes this happens and they want to take a year off. Like Tomlin, I guess, is going to go to TV, right? Like he's not going to get actively looking for a job this year, and he'll get hired whenever he wants a job, right? Like but I don't know anything about him, and I'm thinking like. I just feel like I don't know. I've been kind of underwhelmed by him as a coach, and
Tomlin?
No. I like
McDermott?
Yeah. So I don't like if you're hiring and there's still like 6, 7 vacancies, or you've been like, oh shit, now he's on the market, we're gonna go get him. I don't see that at like all. Like, do you see the fucking Steelers picking up and going, hey, Sean McDermott, coming to coach the Steelers for 20 years?
I mean, if there's some sort of connection from the past, or they have a feeling that he's going to fit there, but Tomlin and him are sort of the same type of coach in a way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have no idea. I just wait till it shakes out and then see.
Yeah. So many fucking firings. How many of these guys are going to be gone that are hired this year are going to be gone in like 3 years? I tell you what, the Packers DC who got hired in Miami, Jeff Hartley or whatever. I think.
Hafley.
Yes, Hafley.
Yeah.
He's probably gone in 3 years.
You think so?
I don't know, man. Like, look, I have nothing to base it on. I've never been a head coach. Who the fuck knows?
And he's always up in the box.
Right, but the Dolphins made the decision, so probably gone in 3 years. Maybe he gets 4.
Yeah, knowing nothing about it at all, it seemed like. Well, a lot of people were saying he was going to get a job, but Miami just seems like a weird transition from Green Bay. But I don't know why I even say that.
Well, they don't have the quarterback, right, in Miami. So he's got to solve the quarterback situation. And what I will say is I think the historical evidence will back me up. Defensive coordinators become head coaches have not done a good job of solving for the quarterback, right? And I think Tomlin, who we just talked about, is an amazing example of that. Incredible head coach. Can't figure out the quarterback situation. Was just incapable of doing it.
Vrabel and McDonald seem to have figured it out,
but he was there before Vrabel.
That's true. Yeah.
What the fuck's his name?
Wasn't his guy.
No, he wasn't. But Vrabel did say he chose the Patriots not because of the Patriots, but because of Drake May. Like he went there because of Drake May. So Vrabel's a special coach. He did that. I just pointed out what he did with Tannehill. Tannehill was a total bust in Miami, and he comes to the Titans with Vrabel, and Vrabel's got him in the AFC Championship game. They were the number 1 seed. Fucking Ryan Tannehill, man.
Yeah, and then they had too many injuries because they hit too hard on defense. But
we should definitely have been fired. God, everybody in Tennessee should be fired.
All the players. We'll do another expansion draft.
They should move. That's right. They should move and start over.
Yeah. So Mike McDaniel's the OC of the Chargers, right?
Yes.
Do the Cardinals have a coach yet?
No, they do not have a coach, but I just feel like that's a weird fit in LA, McDaniel, because all Harbaugh wants to do is just run the ball and play defense, and that's not what Mike McDaniel wants to do, and I just feel like that's a bad fit.
It does seem like that, but I saw something. They were both in San Fran when Harbaugh was there years ago, right?
Yeah. I think that's right.
McDaniel was like water boy or whatever, but they must have some sort of relationship. But
that makes sense then if they have that historical connection.
The Vikings signed Flores to an extension, but it sounds like it's just security. Like he's still interviewing, so he could just as well leave, and then he would just obviously take his new contract. I don't know. The Packers need a defensive coordinator. A lot of Packers fans wanted LaFleur gone, and they extended him, which is, I don't know, a little weird. Like, it seemed like it was a done deal. Like, he keeps making the same mistakes, he should be gone, but he's not. Which, I don't know. Like, I always thought of him as a good coach, but I don't know. Sometimes the fan base knows a little more.
They do. I mean, at least they should be more conversant in the day-to-day and the play-to-play activities of the team, I suppose. But From an outsider and as a Bears fan, I mean, I think he's a top 6 coach in the league, right? I have to think like, and maybe I'm still working off of the run they had a few years ago when they beat Dallas at home, and then they took San Francisco to the edge in the NFC Championship game. I don't know, and they had some bum luck this year. If your coach is getting you to the Super Bowl with a quarterback or the playoffs regularly with a quarterback who's not Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, I feel like, I don't know, he knows something about football.
Yeah, what else? The Bears are probably hanging stat. The Lions don't have an OC yet, or do they?
They don't. Neither do the Eagles, right? Because they fired Patullo. I don't think they hired anybody yet either.
Yeah. People were saying that McDaniel was offered the Eagles and the Bucs job, and he took the Chargers job. I don't know if that's entirely true or not, but that was the talk. So Stefanski's with the Falcons. Yeah. Kellen Moore's still with the Saints.
Yes.
Obviously, what's his nuts in Carolina is not going anywhere soon, probably. And then I'm surprised Bowles.
I am stunned.
Because was his contract up, or what was the deal there?
I don't know, because I didn't hear that he got an extension. How could you give him an extension given what happened? They were 6-1, man. Like, we talk about the Colts, but the Bucs fall was just as egregious. Like,
yeah. I don't know if I want to go through the whole AFC, but there's some jobs open.
Yeah.
It'll all shake out in the coming weeks and months. Okay.
Lots happening.
Let's go to the conference championship.
Let's do
it. Sunday, 2:00 and 5:30 Central. All right. The Patriots at the Jarrett Stidhams.
I got the Patriots given 7.
All right. I was gonna go. I was always gonna go between 3 and 7. I settled on 4.5. Let's see what it is. It opened at 5.5. It's kind of all over the place. 5.5 is the most consistent line. So I barely get that one. We're right on it. I mean, it's the whole, like, very hard to handicap this one. I'm saying, like, Denver either defense shows up and Stidham is serviceable and they can keep it close, or he's bad against a pretty good defense and they can't. So it's, more than 3, less than 7. It's fair. I don't know.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's just like, I'm surprised that honestly it's not a little higher. The fact that it has trended lower, like one of the lines here is 3.5. I don't get that at all. Like, I just don't get that at all. Like, I get it if it's Bo Nix, but with the backup who hasn't thrown a pass in, like, what did you say, like 3.5 years or 2.5 years?
I think 2023 is when he last threw a pass, but.
And as good as the Patriots have looked, and the Texans weren't crap, they were a good team, and the Patriots handled them. I know it was at home. Yeah, this line, 5.5 is kind of fine, but with the backup QB, I don't know. This feels low.
Yeah. I don't know. Vrabel's a good coach. The Patriots are well-rounded. I just don't see a scenario where the Broncos win this game. Obviously, a lot can happen. People can get injured, and, Mile High is a tough place to play.
Maybe that's it too. That, it is, the altitude is something that is not. I mean, that is a major factor, right? Like, if you're not used to playing in it, it's. But I don't know.
They played each other this year? No. It's saying they're playing each other. Okay, yeah. So they haven't played each other, so we can't go off of that. Let's go to what's the weather going to be in Denver at 2. It will be, where are we looking? Sunday afternoon.
Oh.
Mostly sunny with a high near 23. That's pretty cold, but
the Patriots play outside. I mean, that's not.
Shouldn't really favor anyone. And then, so do you have a pick on this one?
I mean, New England. Honestly, I feel like they're probably, at this point, they're probably going to win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Patriots.
Yeah.
It's
I-
really going to make me feel gross.
I don't know. I still think the two best teams left are the Rams and Seahawks, but sometimes when there's a matchup like that, those two teams kind of beat each other up, and then I mean, there's 2 weeks break, like for them to like not be ready for the Super Bowl would be weird, but kind of teams beat each other up, and then they don't have enough left for the big game. But
Are these the four best coaches in the NFL? Are they the ones that are left? Keep in mind that we don't, Tomlin's not a coach anymore.
um,
McVay, Peyton, Vrabel. I'm not going to count McDonald, right? Not McDaniel, McDonald, Mike McDonald.
yeah, I mean, Vrabel's had a lot of success, and what he did in 1 year, and then Peyton's won one, so I would say definitely. I don't know, like I still think Andy Reid is
Yeah.
in the mix.
Yep.
But we'll see. I mean, they underperformed. It's not like they really had a big excuse. They did have a tough schedule early, but they're the Chiefs, right? They should beat some of these teams. And then it's not like they had a ton of injuries. Obviously, once Mahomes went out, they were already basically out of it, so that doesn't really matter. So next year will be interesting to see who their OC is and like how they respond.
They just hired Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy again, yeah.
Yeah, because that means Nagy's gone because I think Nagy's contract expired.
Yeah.
And they assume he's going to get a head coaching job, or given the performance of this offense this past season, maybe they didn't want him back. I hope somebody hires him. Wish it was somebody in the division.
The Nagy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say 4 of the top 6 or so for sure.
Yeah. That feels right.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not going to pick anything. Let's go on to the Rams and the Seahawks. So the Rams, I went Rams by 1.
I put the hook on it.
1.5 Rams. And it is Seahawks by 2.5.
No. Sorry.
Oh, you had Seahawks?
I had the Seahawks.
All right. We each get one. That's a nice little tie for the conference championships. Okay. The Rams have basically controlled both of these games. They beat the Seahawks the first time. I think Jason Myers had a 60-some yarder to win the game, but I don't even think he kicked it far enough. So, like, the Rams were the better team the first time they played. They kind of controlled the game. It did get close late, but they won. Second game was that 2-point conversion where Charbonnet just picked up the ball because the ball was laying there and he didn't realize the play was still going. And then they end up, was it overtime? I think they end up winning.
I think so.
So I don't understand why the Seahawks are. I guess 2.5. It's saying that the Rams are a slightly better team, but you give the Seahawks at home. But again, if this game's close, like, who do you think's going to pull it out? Stafford or Darnold?
I agree.
I don't know. I'm going Rams for 3.
Woof, 3 stars. All right. Some of this has to be just the way they dominated San Francisco, right? Like, that also has to factor in, and the way the defense is. And Charbonnet was injured. Is he still injured?
He's out. I don't know exactly what it was. I wasn't watching when that happened, but he's out.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. I certainly don't have as much faith in the the Seahawks offense, but the defense is pretty good and look fierce. One of the interesting things that has come up is Darnold is now better positioned to win a Super Bowl than any of the other quarterbacks who were drafted alongside him. Baker Mayfield was drafted number 1 overall that year. Then Darnold at 3. Then Josh Allen at 7. Josh Rosen at 10. And Lamar Jackson all the way at 32. All of those individuals were in Darnold's draft class, and he's the one on his, 5th or 6th or 7th team on the cusp of the Super Bowl, which none of those other players have even sniffed.
You might have said this, but so he was 2 overall?
I think he was 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Mayfield, somebody else, Darnold, a bunch of somebody else's, Josh Allen at 7, couple of somebody else's, Josh Rosen, and then Lamar Jackson at 32.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing. So are you picking this one?
I mean, I'll take the Seahawks here for 2, and I'll take the Patriots for 2 as well.
All right. So you got the 2 bangers.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know. The first game could be. No one really knows what to expect. Second game, you'd think would be a good game.
You would hope.
And then we have a week off and
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. So here's a question. After the Bears won the North, are they going to keep the North next year? No?
I mean, I'm a shitty fan, right? I'm a pessimist. And I have seen Dick Duran come in to the Bears and coach a team to 13 victories and make the playoffs and get stomped in the playoffs and then have shitty seasons every time after that. I have seen a Matt Nagy come in and deliver an amazing season and a playoff turd and then have shit come after him. And so this feels very similar to that. And whatever, tell me about the roster, tell me about Caleb Williams. I have a lot of Bears history on my side. And given the way they won so many of these games, this team feels like 7-10. It's a realistic possibility next year.
Yeah, I think any of the other 3 teams in the division could have a good or bad season. Like LaFleur has mismanaged some games.
Yeah.
The Lions clearly are lost without their offensive coordinator, and I don't know that they have a new one yet. And the Vikings, McCarthy is an extremely huge question mark. So the biggest consistency factor, I guess, is the Bears coach and quarterback. And you think they're going to get healthy and stronger on defense.
I mean, you would hope, and if Allen stays.
They also have a target on their back now, right? They won it once, so that makes it tougher because you theoretically you're always getting teams' best games. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I mean, it just comes down to, can Caleb Williams get better? Can he get more consistent, right? Can he complete more of his passes? And can he continue to be clutch? Right? Like, that's the other thing, right? Like, can he continue to be clutch? That seems to be the demeanor he has. He doesn't seem to let the moment get ahead of him or overwhelm him. Even in those moments of error, right? So when he throws those picks and they lose the game. That's the biggest question. Oh, no, sorry. The other big question is Ben Johnson an actual good coach, or is he just a gimmick guy? Right? Like, is he a product of some sort of microcosm, innovative offense that doesn't evolve, doesn't expand? Is he a Bill Belichick who is adaptable or was adaptable and agile to the present moment? Or is he a rigid idiot? I don't know.
I think he's one of the best. I really do. If you look at like advanced rankings, the Bears were never like top 10 or maybe just on the edge of top 10. So if you think about that, how many games they won with not purely being a great team, that's got to be coaching. And it seemed like, they pulled off the 1-score games, and like Ben Johnson can scheme it up with anyone. So like, I don't know, like, yeah, it's no matter who you are, it's tough to win consistently. Like the Chiefs sucked this year. If they can suck, anyone can suck in a given year. But they everyone, it just feels like there's a buzz in Illinois that like it's on the right trajectory finally.
You can't look at what Williams has done and the plays that he has made and be completely pessimistic, right? Like, I mean, he is pure talent, right? Like, he's pure talent. And he's so electric and so exciting. And like, you've got, again, all over TikTok, pictures of dudes going out and getting manicures and then getting their nails painted. Honestly, that was the coolest thing, right? To me, that was the coolest thing. It felt really electric to see a bunch of people not give a fuck about painted nails.
Right. Yeah, like,
I thought that was so fucking awesome. If that continues, I am so in. Just, yeah, that's so cool.
And now he and PCA are going to the Blackhawks games and the Bulls games.
Bulls games, they were at the fucking opera.
Oh yeah.
They went to the Lyric together. They were pictured, unless that was AI crap, I don't know, but they were pictured like in tuxes together at the opera, Bulls games, Blackhawk games. Like, and then I had to Google, are they actually? What did I go? I Google, are Peter Armstrong and Caleb Williams opening a restaurant together? It's like, why the fuck else are they all over the place? But
Yeah,
I guess
you
maybe
could
they're
serve-
legit friends.
They could open one and serve turd salad and probably have people buy it and eat it,
They
right?
probably, like at this point, yeah. The Cubs and the Bears both in the playoffs. I mean, they don't even have to call it a salad. You probably just have to call it a turd, and we'd eat it.
Yeah, all right. Well, both of our teams are officially done. I think I could be wrong, but I think at the beginning of the playoffs I said Rams Broncos. They're both still alive. I do not still think the Broncos are gonna make it. I do. Obviously, the Rams have the tougher path, I think. But I still think if I had to pick one team, just the quarterback and the coach, and like they're my pick.
I think I said that I fear the Patriots. I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to go with Seattle to win it all at this point. I think out of everybody who's remaining, that defense scares me the most out of any of the units that are left.
Yeah, they can't win one with Darnold being on the Vikings last year. Like that can't happen, can it? Well, yeah, I mean they're favored now, and they're going to be favored against either of the Pats or Broncos. I would have to think.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean it's theirs to lose, I guess.
Yep. Feels like it.
All right, we might do one next week. We might not. We'll figure it out. If we do, I don't know. We'll post it later in the week, maybe Thursday or Friday. All right, so now we got to say, go Rams!
Go Seahawks.